Hunt Showdown's newest DLC, Death's Day, just dropped yesterday and is now available for $9.99. Included is the Dame of the Dead Hunter, the Death's Rose skin for the Maynard Sniper, the Grave Silence skin for the Nagant Silencer, and the Sweet Offering skin for the Recovery Shot. All in all, I think this is one of the best hunters I think they've put out in a while. I love the Day of the Dead vibes that the hunter named Antonia brings to the game, and it's perfect for spooky season, and it's a perfect way to break in October in the world of Hunt Showdown. I personally don't use the Maynard Sniper, I never have, but it's something that I should definitely try out. I've been trying out all different weapons and trying out weapons for the first time on my live streams, so if you ever want to catch a stream, I stream every Sunday and Tuesday currently, but you can see my up-to-date schedule in the about section of the channel. I haven't used the Nagant Silencer in a long time as well, and I really don't care for the shot skins, I'll be honest. You don't see the shots that often, and even when you use them, it's for a brief moment, so you don't see them for a long enough duration for me to place high value on them. But I will say the Maynard Sniper skin looks great. I love the pop of color. It feels appropriate with a Day of the Dead, fitting in perfectly with not an overabundance of color, letting it blend perfectly with the world of Hunt Showdown. The flowers mixed with the skull, it looks awesome on the Maynard Sniper. The Nagant skin I like as well. I don't like it as much as the Maynard Sniper, but it still is a well done skin. But I figured we would take this time to dig into the lore of the hunter offered in this DLC. I'll be honest, I've only read the brief descriptions that exist in game where you're checking out all the hunters when you go to hire one, and that's only a brief description. Hunt Showdown offers a little bit more in-depth lore on the Steam page, I noticed, and I want to do a better job of reading into the lore. I think Crytek could do a better job overall with the lore in general. I know the entire community feels that way, especially with the way they distribute the lore to players, but I feel like the DLC lore gets slept on, and with this new DLC coming out and how excited I was, along with a lot of other people, since the event trailer dropped and we saw the Dame of the Dead Hunter in the trailer for Web of the Empress, I figured it's the perfect opportunity to dig into the lore, so let's read it. The Dame of the Dead Hunter, her name is Antonia. Antonia was once a midwife, a trade that dealt in death as often as in life. One late October, she returned to find her house in ashes and her family reduced to nothing but charred bones. They had no enemies that she knew of, no riches, and no powerful friends. Sometimes the most dangerous thing of all. There had been nothing out of the ordinary about them, save her sister Sophia's visions, which their mother claimed came from heaven. But it was hell that had visited Antonia's home. She collected the bones and buried them alone, discovering in the process that one skeleton was missing. But whose? When the month turned, she painted her face with charcoal from the ruins. On the blackened stone foundation, she built an offerenda where she placed flowers for her deceased relatives. By evening, the flowers had withered in the smoky air. All but the marigolds, which had been Sophia's favorite, remained as fresh and new as they were that morning. Suddenly, Antonia saw something in the hypnotic, blinding brightness of their many petals. A young woman wading through brackish water, seeking vengeance on the edge of death's veil. Her family was trying to tell her something. Antonia purchased a gun, 2 knives, and as much ammunition as she could carry, ignoring her neighbor's insistence that it was a delusion of grief. She would learn to fight on the road until she found her destination. Her sister, or best of all, her family's murderers. She would seed bullets until bloody flowers bloomed on every crown. For her, death had meant sweet bread and open bottles and laughter. She would not fear death. She was the only thing there was to fear. I really love this backstory. I think it's well done for the snippet that they offer us. And I was impressed that there is this additional backstory. I really didn't realize that they did this for the hunters. I thought they gave us that brief description that you see in game, but they go beyond that when you read the details of the DLC. I think this is another area that Crytek, instead of just putting the lore on the website, needs to figure out how to distribute this better. But this makes me love this character a little bit more, on top of her just looking incredible. Again, the Day of the Dead vibes. It's spooky season, it's October, Halloween's approaching. Just a perfect launch of a DLC and a perfect addition to the hunter roster in Hunt Showdown. But just this backstory makes you really feel for Antonia. It makes you want her to get her redemption, and I would think it would be really interesting if they came out with a Sophia hunter in the future to really connect the lore and get doing things like that. I think could really get the community more interested in lore. But to be fair, they do have to start doing a better job of distributing the lore to their players. If there is a way that you would recommend that they do that, let me know in the comments. But if they did things like this, they could really make the lore mean something and just feel very intricate. So I'm curious to see if they do that, and it could be a good idea, maybe something that they play around with in the future. But all in all, I love the looks of this hunter. I don't buy many of the DLCs, I'll be honest, but I'm really considering getting this one. Did you get the DLC already? Are you considering getting it? Will you get it, or are you passing up on it? Let me know in the comments your rationale and how you feel about this DLC package overall. Again, it's available for $9.99, and I'll see you in the bayou.